Good afternoon. And
It is not often you find him share his views, but when he does, it is certainly on crucial matters.
how
Nobel laureate Professor Soyinka is worried about the freedom of speech in Nigeria and the role of the regulator in the Nigerian broadcasting space. Specific reference he gave is to the latest NBC's invitation of some China's television's anchors.
we've been watching the play of the interventions using a spearhead this decree, and so I think nobody's left in any doubt that both the spirit and the letter of this Broadcasting Commission decree have indicated clearly where the freedom of expression is being taken, and it should be stopped as quickly as possible.
The literary icon demonstrates how he feels such approach should be handled.
This kind of query, this is where it belongs. No, just stick it.
From media regulation to the touchy matter of cattle grazing, ranching and grazing routes, he opposes President Buhari's approach.
Virtually the whole nation is screaming, we do not want any open cattle grazing. Whether they go by the name of cattle routes or reserves, grazing reserves, right round the entire nation, we've had opinions surmounting the antiquated modes of cattle rearing. Even the all-powerful, untouchable Mieti Allah, even they have gone on record saying that grazing, I beg your pardon, ranching is it. Ranching is what we want. And when we think all that argument, all that discussion, all that debate has been settled in rational terms, along comes a new version, rather like Decree 4. Along comes a new version of Ruga, with the president insisting on sending his agents out to go and map out the old grazing routes and recover the old grazing reserves, when governors and peoples and experts, agronomists, business people are saying this is a business and it should be conducted in this particular way. So what is this president obsessing? Why is he obsessing about something which is being rejected right, left and center?
Insecurity is another intervention by the Nobel laureate. He believes there is a need for a change of strategy.
We know also that our soldiers are really facing, they're taking the brunt and of an unusual kind of warfare, and therefore they require a very studied, very well-calibrated moral support with fighting soldiers, very important. But as a military, as an institution, the military is failing. And it's also our responsibility to tell them, why don't you try other methods? Why don't you try things a very different way? And if all fails, insist that you obtain help, expertise from outside, from those who've been through this before or who are going through something similar.
He laments the manner in which people are being abducted in the country, especially children in their schools. What he says is now a new form of slavery.
In this country, however, the slave trade, a very brisk and clearly successful slave trade, is going on, with the markets all over the place, springing up all over the place. But in particular, the targets, the favored slaves, are children, school pupils. They are the new slaves.
Professor Soyinka's views, like a typical voice of an elder statesman, resonate, touching on these critical issues and possible solutions the nation urgently needs. Shinwa Kimbaloye, reporting for Channels Television News.